On to the next pricing model, which is the fixed fee or flat fee. Some people also call it lump sum. It's exactly as it sounds. So you charge a single predetermined amount for the entire project, and therefore you simplify the whole thing on the client because they don't have to think about your calculations. They just have to see the price. They will require a little bit of a breakdown on how you got that price from, and there's multiple places to reach to a flat fee. But it's a good idea to have like a justification ready as well. It's best for set scope and limited supervision, and of course like predictable requirements, things that feels controlled. A controlled project is a good candidate for a flat fee. So let's talk about pros and cons as usual. With a flat fee, it rewards experienced designer because it has like a clear payment structure and you define the project scope upfront to prevent the scope creep. For the cons, that it's the worst way to charge if you're inexperienced because it requires time tracking from before. Usually flat fees are based on hourly fees, and that's like a kind of a hybrid thing. The worst problem with this pricing model is that sometimes sites take years to get finished, and if you charge like 50% on advance, 50% after the work is completed, that means your payment will get delayed significantly. So that's like the worst part about flat fee. Other than that, it's a good system to charge because it's easy for the client to understand, and they will understand exactly how much should they pay. So we have Kaylin and Rosemary again. I'm consider hiring you for the complete redesign of my condo. I've heard you work a flat fee structure. Maybe she's a word of mouth client. So can you please tell me more about it? Now, our designer Rosemary would say, of course, a flat fee means I charge a single comprehensive rate for the entire project from start to finish. For a condo redesign like yours, the flat fee would be $10,000. So that's a good structure as well. You can do it by project type, or you can do it by room, or you can do it as an hourly calculation. However you choose to base your flat fee on, you have the flexibility to do that. Rosemary would say this includes all the design work from initial concept to the final touches. Now, Kaylin might ask, why do you prefer the flat fee? Our designer would say the flat fee model is great for a project with a well-defined scope like yours. So it's a condo. And probably like they discussed a little bit about the project, and they know that it's not that complex or something like that. That's why our designer chose this way. It gives you total cost transparency up front, so there's no need to worry about additional hours or escalating costs. It's allow us both to focus on the creative aspect of the project without the financial distraction, which is like the best thing about the flat structure or a flat fee. Kaylin might ask, or honestly, even if Kaylin doesn't ask, so if your client doesn't ask this, it's good to add this as a kind of a warning, but it's not a warning, it's a friendly reminder. But here Kaylin is asking, she's an informed client, so how do we proceed if we want to make changes or add something new halfway through? So for example, she has another part of the condo that she was not missing, or sometimes you are quoting for a room and then you want to add, for example, the hallway. Rosemary would say, good question. Minor adjustments are typically covered within the flat fee. However, significant changes or additions outside original scope would be discussed and quoted separately. I always aim to be flexible and transparent about any potential extra cost. Now, this is one of the answers that you could answer. You could always say that you charge for revisions, or you could choose to do what Rosemary did, which is basically being on the client good graces for her to understand that she is on her side. Of course, like she means that she's sincere, but also because she wants her to know that this is how she works around the changes. Now, again, a client might think that the minor changes are like big items, so we have to be very clear about that within our contract. So Kaylin might ask, that sounds fair, what's included in the flat fee? And then you would list everything. Rosemary would list everything that's included in the flat fee to cover up the scope before drafting the contract. So she's saying, I'll provide a detailed contract outlining all the services and terms to ensure everything is clear. So yeah, Kaylin decided to go with that approach and she wants to sign the contract. Another scenario that would happen is that with a client saying that they are interested to work with you, but they're not interested to work on an hourly basis because there is budget limitation. So what you can do, you can offer the flat fee structure if you want that project. Of course, you can completely say no to a project, and that's fine too. But in that way, you can discuss back and forth about how you would charge. So you can say that, especially if you have experience, so you can say how you can base your hourly fee on a flat fee, and therefore it's easier for the client to understand and it's easier for them to proceed.